So how come no one asked him anything? So basically I asked him this question. I said, when I saw him come out, I said, how are you doing? What's happening? He said, well, I've been interested in Islam for a while, and I came to get more reading material. Now, by the way, I'm looking for those of you who have not heard the workshop to respond to me more so than those who have. Okay? He said, I've been interested in Islam for a while, and I came to get more reading material. What would you ask now? There's no wrong question, by the way. And I'm going to tell you what I asked. That doesn't mean that's what you should have asked. There are many ways you can go around about this. So what would you ask? I've been interested in Islam for a while, and I came to get more reading material. What do you want to find out? Yes, sir.
Try and find out what's stopping him from becoming a Muslim.
Okay, good. Try and find out what's stopping him from becoming Muslim. Everyone agree with that? Makes sense. What else? Yes, sir.
What do you know about Islam?
Okay. Yes? Sorry?
What got him interested in the first place?
Good.
How long is a while?
How long is a while? I like that. Very good question. And all the questions were good. Does they have to be right there? So, how long is a while? And that's the question I asked him. Not that it's the best question, but maybe I've been interested in Islam for a while, meaning for like 4 days. Maybe it's 5 years. Maybe it's 2 years. I want to know what this while is. Because now we have two branches here. So I asked, how long have you been interested in Islam? He said, for about a year. Now, I know there's a problem. Immediately. Is there a problem? Mm-hmm. Why is there a problem?
Because he hasn't accepted the Shahada.
Yeah, he's been interested for a year, and he didn't become Muslim. Something must be stopping him. Something must be stopping him. What could it be, possibly? It could be anything, okay? It could be waiting for a sign. Yeah? Anything else? Come on, there are 1,000,001 things. It could be that he likes pork, he likes beer, yeah? Family. What else?
Nobody's approached him.
Nobody's approached him. Yeah? What else?
Misconception.
Misconception. There you go. It's possible, right? So you need to, look, your job is, you're like a doctor. You diagnose. You need to find the problem. Always. You need to find the problem. Yeah? Great. I'm happy some people wrote that down. You're a doctor, you diagnose. You'll all get PhDs after tomorrow. We're done tomorrow. You're all doctors. You tell people I'm a doctor now. In what? No, go on. Look. So, look, one more time. He said he's been interested in Islam for a year. He hasn't become Muslim. You can conclude there is a problem. You need to find out what the problem is. So, give me some questions you can ask this person.
What's stopping you from becoming Muslim?
What's stopping you from becoming a Muslim? What else? That's right. You're right. No one's wrong. Yeah?
What do you guys like about Islam?
Okay. I said the guys who heard the workshop will take it easy. Thank you. Sister? Hold on, I'm just kidding. There's no wrong answer. No wrong question. Whatever you want to ask. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. That what?
Confused.
That you're confused about. Okay, good. These are all good questions. There's no wrong answer. You could have said, I'll ask him, what's your name? That's a right question. Because then you use that name in da'wah. So, I asked him, okay, what did you dislike about Islam? I don't want to know what he likes about Islam. I don't want to know that. Because I don't care. I want to know what he dislikes about Islam. I mean, he might tell me, if I ask him, what did you like about Islam? He'll say, I like the 5 prayers. I like the 5 prayers. Salah, I like Salah. He just said Salah. I like Hajj. Hajj is good. Zakah is nice. I like Zakah. I don't have time for that. I want to know, what did you dislike? What's stopping you? If you've been interested in Islam for a while, what's stopping you from becoming a Muslim? Maybe there's a concept that he doesn't like. Again, you're the doctor. When you go to the doctor and you say, I feel some dizziness in my head. He says, okay. Your nails, are they growing well? Your nails are okay, good. Your nails are good. Knee joints, everything good with your knee joint? Yes, knee joints are good. Your hearing is good? Yeah, my hearing is great. How about your stomach? He doesn't ask about what's good. He tries to find out what's wrong. So you ask about what's wrong. So then, now let's follow the scenario now. Until now, we don't know what's happening with this guy. We're guessing. So I don't know if it's a sign. I don't know if it's a misconception. I don't know if it's his wife who won't accept it. Do you know? No. Come on, people. We don't know, right? We don't know. We're trying to find out. So, our first question, what did you dislike about Islam? I want to get right to the heart of the matter. And his answer was, he thought about it sincerely. And he said nothing. Well, now what do you think might be the problem? So now we know it's not a misconception. It's not something with Islam that he doesn't like. What is it now? Possibly, keep guessing, it's possible, many other things. Could be his wife still, or it could be that he's looking for a sign. So now he said, all right, and now I have only this hunch that he may be looking for a sign from Allah. So I'm going to test it. And if it's not, I'll go for, maybe it's family member or other influence. So I said, okay, I think you're actually looking for a sign from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because, I'm guessing he's of Christian background, and most likely he wants a sign, and many times, people who, before they become Muslim, they keep waiting for that day when they just feel that this is the day to become Muslim. Everything is so romantic these days, I mean, it really is. Everything is romantic, and that's not a bad thing, it's good, I think, right? But, so there's too much emphasis on, they want to wake up one day after a good night of sleep, and they go like this, and then there's a robin singing on their windowsill, and the sun is out, and it's just, everything is so romantic. And they say, this is the perfect day to become a Muslim. And I was talking about, it's not that romantic. It could be just some, some imam with a broken accent is a little harsh. Come, say after me. And it's just, a very difficult situation. There's nothing romantic about it whatsoever. So I told him, look, I think you're actually waiting for a sign from Allah to tell you should become Muslim today. But let me tell you, and this is exactly what I told him. I said, listen. And by the way, a disclaimer here. As I am telling you this story, I become excited as I'm telling you this story. But that's not how I talk to people. Because I'll tell you, I said this. But I don't speak to them like that. I speak very calmly. But I'm only excited now telling you this story. So you speak to people very calmly, and very mature and calm and sane manner. Right? So I was telling him, look, the signs of Allah, they're very subtle. You don't expect a deep voice to tell you to become Muslim, or a beam of light to show up in a dark room or anything. Allah says in the Quran that verily, in these signs, إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَاتٍ لِقَوْمٍ يَتَفَكَّرُونَ أَوْ لِقَوْمٍ يَعْقِلُونَ. Verily, these things are signs for those who contemplate or those who consider. There's another verse in Surah Al-Ra'd, the thunder, in the beginning. So, if you contemplate the signs of Allah, you'll recognize it's a sign of Allah. If you consider, you'll find out it's a sign. It's not like neon signs. The signs of Allah are subtle. So I told him the signs, Allah tells us in the Quran that His signs are subtle. You already got your sign. What's His sign? Can you tell us? I told him you already got your sign. Someone who hasn't heard the workshop. What are His signs?
He's already extolling about Islam. That's why he said it at the Muslim.
Okay. So he's, the fact that he's in the masjid, he's been reading about Islam. What else? Possibly that I'm speaking to him. What else? That there's nothing that he dislikes about Islam. Isn't that a good sign? So I told him, listen, and use those things to convince the person. So I said, look, now, there's how many people hate Islam? You've been interested in Islam for about a year. How many people believe what they hear about Islam in the media and have so many issues? I asked you, what did you dislike? You can't think of anything. That's your sign. Allah made you, out of millions of people who hate Islam, someone who loves His religion for a full year. You've been interested in it. You can't find anything wrong with it. That's your sign. And it was that simple, people. Not because, miraculously we said a few sentences. We said, InshaAllah, the right sentences after doing some kind of probing and questioning and diagnosis, So basically, I told him, I think you should become Muslim right now. And you have the rest of your life to read these books and many other books. And you're going to keep reading just like all of us until we go to our grave. So he actually just became Muslim right then and there. Now, how long was that talk? It was short. You know why it was short? When you diagnose, when you find and you address the exact issue, it becomes a short talk. The problem is many people, they want to keep talking and talking and talking. And they want to throw scientific facts, and they just want to throw things and hope something sticks finally. But that's not how you do it. So, shall we move on, or one more example with the sign? One more example? Thank you, sir. Thank you for your enthusiasm, man. It's a little early, huh? I need some coffee in here. But, okay, one more example. This was a big convention in the United States, big bazaar room, and they told me that there's a woman who was interested in becoming Muslim. So I went to her. It was this African American woman, probably in her mid to late 40s. Her name was Adrian. And she was standing in the middle of the bazaar room with thousands and thousands of Muslims. So the minute I get there, I've been told it's a woman, but I don't know what her story is. Does she know anything about Islam, or she knows zero about Islam? Is she atheist, Baptist, or just some other denomination? I don't have a clue. So I need to find out. So I came to her, said, I heard that you're interested in Islam. She said, yeah, I'm quite interested in Islam. I said, how long have you been interested in Islam? Does that make a difference? Makes a big difference. She said 3 years. So now where am I going? Where's your mind going now? 3 years. Now you're thinking, go ahead. What's the problem? And it could be what? It could be many things. Sign, could be misconception, could be family members, this and that. And in her case, first of all, she said that. No, so now I said, do you know much about Islam? She said, yeah, I read some books about Islam. So you believe that Allah is one? She said, yes. You believe that the Prophet ﷺ was actually the Prophet of Allah? She said, yes. The 5 pillars make sense? Yes. And I think we did a review of the 5 pillars. You could do that in 50 seconds. Fine. So now she has the ingredients of becoming a Muslim, right? So if someone has the ingredients of becoming a Muslim, what's your next step? Go ahead. Now, if they have all the ingredients of becoming a Muslim, then you ask for the Shahada. Make sense? They have all the ingredients of becoming a Muslim, you ask for the Shahada. If they're missing them, don't ask for the Shahada. Maybe not. But she now had everything, the 5 pillars, the Tawheed, the Prophet ﷺ. So I said, you should become Muslim then. He said, no. Now I need to find out what the obstacle is.